Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of I Was Just Thinking podcast. This is John Farmer. I am James Wilson. We are your hosts. And if you're watching right now, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for us. Support us. We'll keep this thing going and keep entertaining you folk.
Like us.
So, what's been going on, man?
Just chilling, man. It was hell driving up here in rush hour. It's crazy.
How far is well, I guess the mileage on, because I'm guessing 400 is your,
Yeah.
or Highway 400. That's our main
Highway
artery.
400, Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, 400 sucks, man. There's a bunch of crazies. Try to stay away from them. I try not to be one.
You know what? I almost was just earlier. So I go to the ATM and yeah, all these bucks I ain't getting, I'm gonna fork over for this show. Well, so I go to the ATM and pull them back around, and it's like where the speed bumps are in the shopping center. And I get up, and this lady, I was like, okay, you can go ahead. I'm letting this lady go. And she starts walking diagonal. Instead of just cutting across to the parking area so I can continue on. And I mean, and not like like a long distance, like 100 and something feet. This lady's just walking, and I'm just right.
That's annoying. I mean, shortest distance would be a straight line.
Yeah, so that's what I expected.
I don't know where they were going.
That's why it upsets me, because I was like, man, you know I'm trying to go along. I was being kind. I mean, if anybody lets me out, hey man, I give them the wave. Do you give?
Sure, yeah.
The little thank you wave, yeah.
Oh, when I'm walking?
Yeah. No. Somebody lets you.
No, everyone should know to do that, especially in a parking lot. You don't need to wave at people. If anything, they wave at you to, confirm that I will not run you over. It's like, shit, let them hit me. I'll fucking sue them if I'm not dead. Excuse my language. Mm-hmm. I might wave to someone when they let me pass them, but, I mean, it's what's expected. They do their civic duty, not run over a pedestrian. But hey, I tried, man. I've seen all kinds of shit. I almost got ran over by some lady in a Jeep in the Kroger parking lot when I was walking across. She just did not want to stop. She was hauling ass. But yeah, I had to stop and back up. That was messed up. She did not want to. I know she saw me. I was the only person, but she just didn't want to stop at all, dude.
It's like trying to beat you to the fucking lane. It's like, if I get there fast enough, I won't have to stop for this guy.
Yeah, everyone seems to be in a hurry, and I gotta admit, we all been there before. We've all been in a hurry. We might have overthought something or didn't think something through hard enough and made a mistake, like cutting someone off or something like that. But yeah, you just gotta take that shit with a grain of salt. Is that what the saying is? Grain of salt?
With a grain of salt, yeah.
Just one little grain of salt make that shit taste better.
Okay.
But man, I've seen all kinds of crazy shit, man. I met an insurance scammer once. I was 19, and we were going through a green light, and the second the light turned yellow, this lady just slammed on her brakes. So of course I rear-ended her. I was a car length away, but she just slammed on her brakes.
What a jackass.
That being my first little fender bender, I felt terrible, dude. I felt awful. There wasn't even any damage to her car or mine.
Nice. Well, that's
I was thinking, why did she slam on her brakes right when the light turned yellow? And then we get out. I'm apologizing. And she kind of says, this is the third time this has happened to me in a month. I'm like,
yeah,
that's weird. I'm
the damn problem.
I'm kind of seeing a pattern here.
Yeah.
But I still didn't think about that. I was a naive teenager, but we swapped insurance, and she was like, "Oh, it's all right, child. It's okay." And there still wasn't damage, but of course she sued for damages,
Oh,
and
it's all right for her.
it kind of like got me thinking, like, oh, she did that shit on purpose to get a couple $1,000. Hey, that works, man. I just don't want to get rear-ended ever.
You know, not all states do that, right? When we were in New York, living on Long Island, there's a town, Rockville Center, and these parking lots. So this main road here and this main road here, they all have storefronts, and in the back, they designate a part of it as a parking, but it's almost like a little, like an S, and then enters and exits that way. So I'm backing out of the parking lot, but it's right where a curve is. So it's right here. I'm parked coming out this way, and this lady's driving this way. So I back up, and she comes around. We got the kid in the car. We only had our oldest. We hadn't had our youngest yet. And comes around, nails us in the back. Cop comes. Apparently, everybody knows this chick because she works at this fucking wedding hair place that specializes in wedding shit. So the cop comes there, and she comes out and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. Oh my God, I didn't mean to hit you," and all this other stuff. Then, but in that up there, you have to pay for your thing. I didn't know that. I was like, "Hey, can I get my ticket or whatever?" I said, he said, "No, you'll get it in like 5 days. It's online. You can pay for it." So we get that, and it said backing up dangerously. And I clearly laid out. I mean, I showed that. I mean, it's not that big of a parking lot, but I was like, walked it, and I said, "Yes, you came around here while I was backing up." But yeah, got the receipt. So then that puts us 100% fault on us. And I went back out there, took pictures, drew a map, took a Google Maps. I made my case, and you can appeal, mail in appeal. They freaking cleared us everything.
Yeah,
Pay for the damage in the back.
They probably do that shit all the time. And I bet 75% of the time people just get mad and pay it anyway.
Yeah.
Something like that happened to me. I was just straight up pulled over for something I didn't do. And I know how that sounds. Like, people are just like, "You had to do something." No, It's simple. The cop made a mistake, said I was in a turning lane when I was not. And I was like on top of this hill. I was furious, dude. I was livid. I was pissed off. Honestly, wasn't even angry with the cop, but he heard me say a curse word as he was walking away, and he got really pissed off. Just started giving me those veiled threats. They can't really threaten you, but
yeah,
if you ever get pulled over for something you didn't do, that shit is infuriating. Yeah. But anyway, I was going to fight that. I went to court and contested it. Of course, they're going to take the cop's word over mine any day, but I knocked the bill 50% off. That was worth it.
Okay.
Just go to court for a couple hours, get $100 knocked off that ticket. That was worth it, man, but that was messed up. To this day, I keep a dash cam in my camera now. I always thought I would need one to help cops out when I see an accident or something crazy, but I never thought I'd need it to defend myself from a cop. So yeah, I always keep dash cams now. Yeah, apparently in other countries, this is a norm. You've seen all those old web videos of Russia with all the dash cams and all the scammers, insurance scammers.
Yeah, you always see road rage.
Jump on your car.
Yeah, road rage incidents are most of what I see or watch. Most of it's on ridiculousness. But
man, I can't watch.
But every Russian dash cam that if it comes up and because it's a Russian area once they put it on film because
they invented dash cams or something.
I saw one, the guy got out in the free, was wrestling a bear or something. I was like, man, Russia's
and only in Russia.
Yeah.
I've seen the one. There's this F-35 jet that just flies 200 miles an hour, maybe 20 feet above them on the highway. Thought that was cool.
Yeah, that would that freak you out because you'd see it, feel it, and then hear it, like in that order.
Yeah.
Because it's going fast enough where, like I said, you'd see it like 100 feet ahead of you before you even.
Then you'd hear the sound, and then you'd feel the rumble. Yeah, it's. I always thought that would be cool. Those jets, I've seen them fly, the dash cams of them flying over the beach or whatever.
Yeah.
And they got just a regular speed odometer in there, like just normal, like 350 miles an hour, 300 miles an hour seems to be pretty slow speed for them. When they're just like those planes cruising on the beach like that in PC.
Oh yeah,
they're probably going like 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, I saw a video of like this guy going over where it separates a little bit, like over the. It obviously, well, not right on the beach, but a little bit out. I mean, you get. I don't know if it was real or not, but some of the umbrellas were blowing. I said, that would. Well, I look at that and I say, you know what? Thank God, thank God I'm in the USA and there on my side, because like I said, you'd be blown up and dead before you even knew a jet was coming. Yeah,
and the missile would reach you before you saw the plane.
Oh, so the one of the coolest things I ever saw while I was driving down the road when I was deployed to Iraq, and we were part of this what they call civil heavy, like combat support. So when basically what it is like infantry moves in, and then somebody's got to start. They move it to an old base. Somebody's got to be right behind them to build up and build airfields, helicopter pads, and all this other crap to make it, and so they can keep advancing. So, and then I was part of that group. So we're convoying from. I was just north of Baghdad, about an hour north of Baghdad, and we were convoying north, and we'd had these flatbed, the low boy trailers. They're about 2 feet off the ground, but they got like 8 wheels, 8 axles. I mean. So we got a couple of them. We're driving along, and it's them. The little birds. You ever watch Black Hawk Down? They would do little sweeping missions in the night. They were like those little helicopters.
Yeah, they're
roundish in the front a little bit.
Yeah,
they were just those guns. So 2 of them come flying over. I mean, probably 10 feet above their head. And then they're just flying along with us. And then the one lands onto them on the bed of the trailer, sits there for a little bit, and then pulls off. And they just. I was like, man, that is the coolest shit I ever seen.
Yeah, it's definitely reminds me of the Russian dash cam stuff. And all of them like whipping out AKs and others. Do you carry guns in the car? No. I don't even know the legality behind it. I don't bother bringing my gun with me in the car, unless I'm going to the shooting range or something. So I don't even bother with the gun. I've gotten too many. I've gotten a gun pulled on me once on the road.
Yeah.
It was in Sandy Springs. Sandy Springs is the worst town in Metro Atlanta. Never go there.
You heard it here first.
I guess I was going too slow down this road, and before I turn off, I see this guy in a Navigator just right there. Yeah. And I'm like turning off, I'm like, damn. And I just look at him like, what the hell? And he stops and talks shit, rolls down his window, points a gun at me. I'm like, really? Really, dude? Yeah. That was pretty lame. Isn't that shit so annoying when like you don't think you're doing anything wrong and someone just flips out on you? It's like when someone cuts you off and you like just give them a little honk and they flick you off like you did something. Yeah, ain't that shit aggravating, dude?
It's just double amps.
Yeah.
Whatever pissed off I would have been, now I'm even more pissed off because you're trying to throw it back on me.
Yeah. My stepdad is a body shop manager for all those sports cars and shit. I try to look at it like that. Those people pay his bills because he knows all these people that come into the body shop once a month, twice a year with a messed up car.
The regular,
yeah, because they drive like shit. They drive their Porsches or Mercedes like shit. So it's those people who get in fender benders a lot, and they usually go through a car every couple of years, man. Steer clear of the crazies.
Man, there's one time, but actually my first accident. Yeah. So I'm leaving. My friend of mine calls me up. Hey man, what are you doing? He's I'm nothing. I'm on lunch break at work. I'm like 18. I worked at this toy store.
Hell yeah, K&B Toys.
It was something like that. I forget the name of it, but I think it might have been actually. But so I called him up. He said, "Oh man, I'm just at the house smoking." I was all right. I said, "I'll be there in a little bit." And so yeah, I was going to take my lunch break and then come back. So same thing. There's this is two lane, and then the center one that's the double turn.
Oh yeah, suicide lane.
So, but there's a red light right here, and just past it. But to turn into this bank, which you turning at, real small town, Byron, Georgia. Look it up, really small. It's the only road in town, and that didn't make any sense. So, but the entrance to the bank right here is just past the turning part for that red light. So I'm just driving along, and when you see somebody turn on a blinker, it's like if you're far enough back, you just take your foot off the gas and just coast in a little bit. So when they turn, you keep on rolling. But she didn't. She just stopped right there in the freaking lane, and I slammed into the back of her. I was like, "Fuck!" I was all right. So I get out and get to talk to her, and she gets out. I said, "Are you okay?" I said, "I'm sorry." And then the passenger gets it. He goes out there and helps the passenger out. I'm like, "Oh shit!" And this guy gets out and he's, I said, "Fuck that dude!" I thought I done knocked this dude into mental. I mean, because he got out, like I said, I wasn't expecting that.
A handicapped person.
Yeah. I guess that'd be a better way to put it.
Oh no, what have I done?
But okay. I mean, but he had like the hand thing and all that. I mean, so I saw him get out of the car.
And he thought he was like injured or something.
I said, "What the hell did I do? I just fucked this person up."
This person is so fucked up. I'm going to jail.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh dude, okay, that's not funny.
Yeah, that's about mine.
Funny. Dude, there's so much crazy stuff, man. Everyone be careful. We all know people have gotten in wrecks, people who have passed. I'm pretty sure we all know at least one person in our lives that we lost in a car wreck. Like, everyone, be careful out there.
In any certain way.
But
yeah, especially with the snow around. If you're in the snow, yeah, definitely be careful.
Yeah, drive like you got a cup of Coca-Cola sitting in the back seat that you can't spill one drop of. Drive slow in the snow.
Slow in the snow.
Here in Georgia, we don't do that because it don't snow very much. We just go crazy, do whatever we want.
I graduated a really long time. How long have we been going? All right. So I'm graduating. When you finish with basic training, you go to where you learn your job, and mine was at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, and it was like the winter time, cold as crap. Oh my god! But my friend came up there. He said, "Oh yeah, man, I'll drive up there. I'll come watch you graduate." He's at the PX is like the little on base like grocery store.
Yeah.
He calls me up. He ain't even made it to the barracks to come see me. They just pulled in to buy some beer, and it's got the little thin layer of snow because they push all the snow to the side, but you still got that little French coating. This guy comes there. It's doing donuts in the freaking
That's what's
in
up.
the parking lot of the PX. He said, "Hey man, I come to see you, but I gotta get out of this this MP he's talking to me." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, man, I thought we just do donuts." I said, "No, you can't do donuts."
I thought it was like a regular thing since it's snowing. I mean, come on. You ever go tray sliding?
Shit.
You get the tray from McDonald's and
No.
you put them over your back tires. Only work with front wheel drive cars. You put them over your back tires and you just spin around all you want. Me and my buddy Greg did that once, and we took some from the McDonald's up the road, and the dude buddy knew exactly what we were doing. He's like, "You can keep them, man. Just the two though. Just take two." I was like, "Thanks, bro." Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, no, I ain't never heard of that.
I remember with me and my stepdad, like fifth grade. I was in fifth grade. We were doing park donuts in the parking lot of the school, like when it was snowing and shit. That was fun. You'd like e-brake it and we whip around. That was good times. See, you can have some fun in your car, but stay safe.
I had this friend of mine, B. You know who you are, B? And there was a lot of dirt roads down in Byron, and so he lived on this one that had it's almost a full 90-degree turn on this dirt road, and every single time we went around that curve, he had was it 80? I think an 85 Monte Carlo. Yeah. I mean, that thing would just be every single time. I started to say he had a couple neighbors. I said, man, they must hate it every time.
Yeah, I bet.
Just tearing ass around
a mile away.
But
yeah, you gotta have some fun in your car. I definitely don't haul ass on dirt roads though. I'm in a car, so I'll be driving slow like that on the gravel and dirt roads, man. And I still see people just hauling ass on the dirt roads, not giving a shit.
Yeah, that used to be. That was me.
I feel like it's the same people who drive fast in the rain or the snow. They just don't give a fuck.
Usually when it would rain, me and him, we would go find some like small little hole. I mean, we didn't have mudding cars. Actually, I forgot what he had at the time, but I had this '84 Cadillac Sedan DeVille.
All right.
This thing was 4-door. It was about 40 yards long.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would rain, and we saw this mud puddle, man. I took it. This thing's rocking like a boat through through that mud. I said, man, you know what? You just can't turn down good. See some dirt road with some mud on it.
Yeah. We love our mudding down here, man. I always do the 4-wheel trails in Texas when I visit my family, but it's just not the same because it's flat. There's so many hills here in Georgia. It makes mudding, off-roading like way better. I don't see the thrill in going off-roading on flat land. Maybe unless you are hauling ass. You're like doing the dirt rally car stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Maybe like those big.
But even they got some hills. They get some air now and again. Off-roading's better with the hills, man.
Yeah, I would love to go see one of those races where they, is it rally car? I played the video game.
Yeah, like the Subarus and stuff.
Yeah, where they're going through, you see them like coming over hills. Like,
yeah, that was like Subaru's marketing back in the day, and everyone was just like, they're so badass. They are badass. Subarus are cool. But yeah, everyone was just like, those are those Australian rally cars, all-wheel drive, man. They're badass.
Well, that was the thing about it, the all-wheel drive.
Exactly.
You could freaking...
Now all-wheel drive is becoming more and more common, which is great. I think all-wheel drive is awesome. I got the rear wheel drive, and it's you gotta be careful, man. If you hit the gas too hard going up a hill, you're gonna peel out. If you turn too fast going up a hill, you might peel out. Actually, I almost got hit by a semi truck once, but I was like 16 years old.
Yeah.
I was waiting forever to turn left on this road, so I finally did. I turned into the suicide lane, but it was like on this incline where some mud was. So I peeled out when I went around, and I went to the suicide lane. My tail end went into the right lane a little bit, and right as I corrected, this semi truck came hauling ass past that. And I was just like, "Oh my god, that would have sucked." And it was,
Oh, it missed.
yeah, it missed, but it was still close.
Yeah,
it was still close enough so that at the red light, the trucker got out of the truck, and he was like, "Man, I could have killed you, man. I would have gone to jail rest of my life, man." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I didn't mean to peel out. That was my bad." And he was just like, "Man, you gotta be careful, man." But yeah, my car and just apologized and hat in hand. That was probably the first crazy thing that happened to me. One of the few stupid things I did, but yeah. Driving as a teenager is completely different than an adult. I remember y'all teenagers, get your shit together.
Yeah, man, come on. You're taking over the world. Come on, man. I remember the first time, you know, when you turn 15, I don't know if it's like this now, because my kids aren't. They get years before I even got
the learning permit.
Yeah, but when you were 15, you could drive, you know, with the adult or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, so I'm driving with my mom. We're going out to this store called Black Hats or something. It's
sounds like an urban strip club.
It could have been. Who knows what they were doing?
Black.
Yeah, who knows what they were serving that thing. It was just concrete blocks. That's all it was. At this like corner where these two roads come together. It was just made with concrete blocks and trusses. It was shady as hell. But I said, "Oh, let me drive. So I get in, we're going down the road, and this car is passing us. But nobody ever taught me how to dim the lights. All I ever knew how to do was just turn it on and off. So I'm driving down the road, and I turned the fucking lights off. And pass this. My mom was over there freaking the hell out. "Oh, what are you doing?" Bumping into. I said, "Hey." I mean, because way out there, you know, there aren't street lights or anything, so it's just dark as shit. So I just reached over there and turned the damn lights off. And that's how I learned how to dim the lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I haven't driven at night in a while, just working the 9 to 5 grind. It's weird. But yeah, it sucks driving at night. You never know what you're going to see.
Yeah.
I saw a giant freaking owl once just standing in the street.
An owl?
And a big old owl just standing in the middle of the road. I drive by really slow. I swear to God, this owl doesn't even move. He looks at the car, in my car as I'm passing him, and I'm like...
Did y'all connect guys?
Yeah, and I'm like this far away from him, but he doesn't budge an inch as I'm driving down the road at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's world star.
Thought that was a bad omen or something. But hey, man, I've seen all kinds of crazy shit working nights, driving around. You might not think this is common, but I would see like a meteor like once a week. You see that the big white light fall down and flare and like go away.
Yeah.
And you almost see you kind of see the trail of smoke as the light brightens up. I would see one like once a week, man.
Did you ever make any wishes on them?
Nah, man, that shit ain't real.
You know, if I see one, I make that wish anyways. Because I'm like, you know what?
Wish upon a shooting star.
Anything to help.
Yeah, dude, seen it all, done it all.
I remember when I worked up in New York, I started out as a security guard because we had just gotten out of the I just got out of the Army, and we went there for New Year's. First time I ever been. I didn't know anything about New York City. I mean, I just got back from Iraq in November, and she said, "Oh, I planned a special trip for you." We go up there for New Year's, watch the damn thing. We got a hotel right there on Town Square.
Wow.
And then a month later, we were living up there. And so the first thing I did, I went to this place, got a security guard class, worked in it actually turned out to be Times Square. Anyways, what the hell is that? But then I got this job. I was interviewing at the same time, and the first job I got, they were redoing the fiber optic network for the subway system. So I was going around to each station had its own like radio, like communications equipment to, like a loop, like a fiber optic loop. But some of the commissioning of the new loops we had to do at night, and then we were doing the audio system. So if anybody rides the MTA subway system, the numbered lines, and they hear next train, I shouldn't be saying that because we could be commenting on here. But I was the communication engineer. This 10 years ago, so I think 14 years ago. So yeah, I was the communication engineer that was commissioning all these stations. But when you do that, you have to do them at night because you have to play the white noise over the speakers. Yeah. And oh my God, I mean, there was some place. I mean, these trains go all the way through Harlem, some of them in the Bronx, and I mean, you turn that shit off, motherfuckers. I mean, some of these homeless people trying to sleep on the bench, and we got. So yeah, you get hungry.
That would suck.
So yeah, I'm like sitting in 2 o'clock in the morning, sitting in the middle of Harlem, like all right, now I gotta get back down and piss off some more people.
With static on the speakers. Yeah, I get some interesting characters on the subways, I hear. See more crazy shit there than you would on the road any day.
Oh yeah.
Crazy shit everywhere. Crazy shit.
Yeah. People are reliable. They're crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
Alright. And if you don't agree with that, then subscribe and comment and like and tell us exactly why. And we will see you on the next go round. Peace.